Welcome back to the next video in this series of tutorials where you will discover the secret of breathtakingly beautiful embroidery. I don't think I said, but just do remember there are some very large stitches on the lacy background, so be very careful when you're trimming them. And then that goes round. You can stitch it in place by hand, a little run of stitches down there to hold it in place, and then you can take out the innard. But the next thing to do is to attach the top to the bottom. I've sewn the two wings together, and as well as stitching them here and here, I also found it was necessary just to put a little fixing stitch in here, just so that the back one doesn't flap, and you may need to have to put a securing stitch down here as well. Now I've pinned the back in place, and so we're ready to stitch that in tightly together. I'm going to have my underskirt like this because I haven't got that much. I do like to sort of move them around as I've got so many angels. And if this isn't available, that's annoying, but I'm sure I can find something else. So that goes round like that, and now as you can see, I've made the underskirt too big because the bits aren't joining at the top, so I have to unpin that and do it again. I've sewn each skirt seems to work differently, but for this particular one it was misbehaving. So I've sewn it together at the bottom there. It can still be undone if necessary, and then looped them over like that. Pin as you go. I know it's hard to get pins into this, but it just makes it a lot easier. And as you can see, I pinned it round here just to get it all in the right position. And then you can do some little stitches down there to hold it in place. Now this is the fiddly bit. You've got to thread that through the top, and it's most important that you align. All the angels have something down the front. You've got to find this centre bit and align that with the base of the bodice. And this is the important bit where you've got to do some securing stitches. Let's put a pin through there, making sure I don't pinch myself from behind. And as you can see, that's how it sits in there. Now it is helpful, as you can see on some of these angels, I've stitched down here, but you have to do that beforehand. They'll all come together. You've just got to work out which works best for you. And a lot depends on how the angel sits. Now, this one here, this Celtic angel here, has got horsehair braid across her wings, because without them, they can flop a bit. Now, the butterfly one, that's quite well behaved. That hasn't got horsehair on it. No, it has. I've put wire on here. If you can see, I've very carefully, I made this a long time ago, I put wire around here and sort of put it in place just to give them some depth. This is my Christmas angel, which has got a little bit more colour in it, and I put wire on these wings as well. Just to give them a little bit of strength. These ones don't need them because they're hanging down. So we've got her there, and I think this area here is very important. This is where you've got to put some stitches through and catch onto the skirt to hold it all in place. And if you do it in a nice way, it almost, as you can see I've done here, it almost pulls her waist in and gives it a little bit of shape. While I'm here, I'll show you some of my other angels. She's just got to all be stitched together and just given a general tidy up. And also need to cut the loop here so she can be hung if necessary. One of the problems I discovered with the Celtic angel, I did an applique bodice here, which worked very nicely, and this is wool that I've done for the hair, but you may not be aware, this I did with wash away stabilizer, these wings, and was it on this one? I can't see which one it is. Perhaps it was this one. When you wash away colours with wash away stabilizer, be very aware that if you've got that colour in the skirt, when it's washed away the colour changes. I've not found a way around this. It's very unfortunate, but on one of these somewhere, as you can see, this green is not the same. And that's because these have been washed away and this one hasn't. So, and this skirt, as you can see, is different again. It's actually been stitched on silk. So you don't have to use a sheer fabric, but you must have something. These aren't freestanding lace. They must have something to actually hold them. This is one of my favourite ones. I love the colours of this, but that's, as you see, has been done on oyster silk, and I think it's these ones. Let me just take this off and put this here. That is the same colour, and you see the difference because it's been washed away, and obviously the base can't be washed away because it's got silk, and I never wash silk. So what would be my options? Well, you probably wouldn't have noticed that until I actually mentioned that to you, but and I did notice with this particular angel, I did a very sheer bodice, and that didn't work very well, so I had to actually put a little bit of pelham on the back, the stiffener, just to give it a little bit of body because it was showing through. Let me show you some of my other angels. That's a smaller Celtic angel, and as you can see, I've added a lace skirt around that one. This is the fairy one without the wings are done in one stitch out, but I've put a lot of metallic thread on the fixings there. Here we have the Celtic angel with 2 lots of wings, but I've left the stabilizer in place there. And that one's got an applique bodice, just give it a little bit of variety. Now, this is the butterfly angel, but I've done the wings separately, so that would go, that needs to be attached there and fastened in place, and it does give a little bit of depth to them. When you're cutting around the crown, just leave a bit of fabric there. That doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be trimmed right back. This angel has been done on very sparkly organza, but I've used metallic thread here for the main bodice, and she's also got a silver crown, but there's a lot of metallic thread in that one, and it tends to make it a little bit stiffer. Here's my Christmas fairy done on angel done on a flat piece. This works very well if you put it onto a felt bag and put the wings on separately as an applique. I've done that. This is the Celtic angel with upward going wings. You need a big hoop to stitch that all out in one go. but as you can see, the wings are quite floppy. You'd need wire or something to hold it in place. This is the Celtic angel with large drop-down wings. And here is a little dainty little angel. And there's the butterfly. As you can see, I've put lots of sparkles on it. So there's an awful lot of variety here. Loads of different options for you to decorate your angels. There's no reason why you couldn't put an underskirt in here of lace and have it showing through. This particular one, I put panels of lace down the side that had pearls on them. And it's nice to give her something round her neck. Give her a pearl necklace or something on the bodice. But I haven't given faces to the angels. Some people have added these. Faces are very difficult, and I decided in the end that it was best not to give them any faces. So this needs securing in place, and as you can see, the back isn't perfect, but the embroidered angel, which is the next one that's coming, takes the whole concept to a new level. I hope you found this a little bit more helpful. There is a very detailed PDF with both sets, with the Celtic angel and the Christmas angel. Read it through a few times and get the gist of how to put these together. And just leaves me to say, if you're watching this video near Christmas, I hope you have a lovely Christmas, and I hope that you've enjoyed watching how I put my angels together. These make super gifts to give somebody for Christmas, and I hope that you enjoy making them yourself.
Thank you so much for watching. That's all for this video. If you found it helpful, please hit the like button, or better still, leave me a comment. Do subscribe to my channel and select the bell so that you never miss out on an opportunity to visit with me in my sewing studio and be inspired. See you in the next video. Bye for now. Happy embroidering.